All right, Ultimate Hoops Nation, I'm here with Jason Briggs from the Blue Chips. Jason, what do you think about that game tonight?
We are a little effort and a couple of smart plays away from being 4-0. Tonight was another example. We were winning in the first half, came out firing in the second, got up by like 8 or 9 points, and then defensive lapses, some turnovers. We're our own worst enemy right now. So Rebels are a great team. You can't turn the ball over. You can't allow them to get fast breaks. You can't push the pace. And we did all of that there in the second half and ended up losing by, I think, almost double digits there at the end. So it's just tough. We're a good team. We're just as good a team as we were when we went to the Final Four 2 seasons ago. But yet we go 2-6 last season. We start out 1-3 now. I mean, we're closer this season, but it's just frustrating because we've got shooters, we've got good guards, we've got big guys, we've got role players, but we just can't put it together. It's frustrating.
Right. And you've had some close losses. That game winner, obviously, last week.
2 game winners. Uncle Drew's had the three-pointer with 10 seconds left. And then last week, I didn't want to see the video. Let's give props to Ant for being the only blue chip who got past half court in those 4 seconds. And Maher with his nice little half jog to get the ball. So that was crazy. Again, we're 4 seconds away from doing it. There's no reason we should have been up. We didn't have any timeouts at that point. We should have just played back, forced them to shoot a half-court shot. If you make a half-court shot, congratulations, you won. But we give them a 12-foot bank for the win.
Yeah, all right. And you play the Muskies next week. Are you guys ready for that game? Do you have is everyone going to be there? You guys actually going to close this one out?
Jake's a little banged up right now. Couldn't be here tonight. I will be in Hotlanta recording my debut album, or at a work function, one of the two. So we should have it. We'll have 6 probably, 7 if Jake's all right. Muskies, it's 5 guys who can shoot, plus Glenn Fair, plus Fusco, who's more of a pusher than anything else, it looked like. So, I mean, the footballers won last week playing a zone and allowing 52 threes because the Muskies were off. If the Blue Chips do that, we'll lose. So get out in the shooters and rebound, and we should be fine. They don't have Bennett. They don't have Rablin. The defense isn't quite as good. They still have Zach and John Christensen. Both are really good defenders. We have enough scorers that we'll make Casey work. We'll make Glenn work. We'll make the other guys work. So I think we'll be just fine.
Right, and Glenn Fair actually hasn't been there for the last 2 games. I don't know what's been keeping him busy, but not having him there obviously forces them to shoot a lot more and spread the floor on the outside. That should give you guys an advantage. And tonight they lost by 4 to Miller Time. Miller Time looks a lot different, too, if you had a chance to see them play.
Yeah, you take Austin Brown and Aaron Lukic off the team, and to me, those are the 2 best players. I think Aaron's actually the best player on their team, or was the best player on their team. Just he's more all-around. Austin's obviously more dynamic, but Aaron just the open threes, the ball movement, he's tough. I mean, he's just a good player. He kind of reminds me of Welter a little bit. Not as shot-happy as Ethan, but just, I mean, tough-minded, just plays the right way. So I like that. And then Austin, if how many teams have a guy you can just hand the ball to and say, hey, we need 20? So it's going to be an adjustment. And clearly the 0-3 start, it was an adjustment for them. But I guess win tonight, hopefully gets them on the right start. The league is, as it's gotten smaller, it's gotten tougher. I would say we've got 10 pretty solid teams, and even the Crusaders who don't have Twan and maybe aren't as talented as they were last season can still win games. So it's a tough league. I mean, Rebels are 2-2.
Right. And talk about the Rebels a little bit. How'd they play you guys?
They're the Rebels with 2 shooters now. We did a horrible job switching on screens, allowing Carson Cody Hines to get a bunch of open looks, and he made everything. He had to have 25, 30 points tonight. Our Sam had a couple open threes. I think Jansen had an open 3. Eppel had an open 3 or 2. It was a lack of help D, and I haven't seen the ball movement on the Rebels like they had tonight. It was really good. The picks were great. They're hitting cutters. They're hitting the open guy. It helps having a couple extra playmakers out there, and our Sam gives them, and Eppel and DuPont gives them 3 on the court. Jansen can be a playmaker. Carson can as well. It's a tough team. And then you got guys like Ben and Tyler who will play 2 minutes or 30 minutes and play tough. So it's a really good mix. I know they don't have Kloby, so it'll be tough for the back-to-back maybe without the big man. But if with Carson back, not saying they're the same guy, but it could balance that out because they become a little more perimeter-oriented, and if they move like they did tonight, they'll have a Muskies-like run. And, I mean, you still got Ferber on D, so it's...
And then earlier we had Uncle Drew kids play Red Devils. It was a close game. Actually, Red Devils were up by 4 at halftime. And then Uncle Drew kids just went crazy in the second half, held Red Devils to 11 points, ended up winning by close to 30 points, I think. What do you think about those two teams?
Red Devils are the Red Devils. They're old bastards. No, they're just really smart. They're scrappy. But they're not a bunch of athletes. They are a great grind it out, pass the ball around, wait for the they're like Rebels light. They play great defense. They wait for you to screw up, and they don't force stuff.
Are they going to reach 500 this year?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And for Uncle Drew's, they are either the most talented or the second most talented team. It's them and the Rebels. I don't know how the fit's going to work. Because at some point, shooters need shots, and people are going to get greedy. So when you got E and Caleb and Abdi and Rod and Jacob Barton, and you got all these guys who need shots, and you got Noe who needs the ball to be truly effective, I don't know how the distribution of shots is going to go down. They got another guy, not Chase obviously, but one guy whose name I can't think of, but he's even a little shot happy.
Roderick?
No, white guy with a goatee, kind of stubble.
Oh, Brent Walker.
There you go. And he's a good player, but he's a little shot happy too. So you got 6 guys who need shots. You got Noe who needs the ball. Just hopefully for their sake, they continue to find the hot man, and people will relinquish their shots if they're not on. Otherwise, it could be one of those games where you get one guy who takes 13 shots, hits 2 of them, and you're out of the game.
Right. And last game of the night, we have Shockers here playing the Footballers. You guys actually beat the Footballers right away. Do you think they're actually the real deal right now? They're playing a lot better in these next couple weeks.
They're still a shooter short of a good team. The defense will be good. They don't know anyone, so there's a disadvantage there. Like playing a 2-3 zone against 5 shooters on the Muskies probably wasn't a smart idea. It worked for them because the Muskies played ridiculously bad, and they turned the ball over enough and gave up enough layups for them to run away with it. But, I mean, we beat them by passing it around and shooting threes. So if you do that, I think you win. They are really tough. Curtis Hughes is a pretty underrated big guy. I like him. He works really hard. He's super physical. Like it's never fun if he's the guy guarding you. And then all the other guys they're super quick. So if they run out and get layups, they're athletes.
And they get a lot of offensive rebounds too. Like they bruise you up, right?
Robert Blanton is a bully. Yeah. He's super physical down there. And don't underestimate the guy's height. He may lead the league in offensive rebounds by the time the season's done. Asiata's super built. Not as tall as obviously the pads and stuff, but he's super built. It's a good mix they have. I just don't know if they've got the shooters to make a run, but they definitely can get 3-5, win a couple games here based on athleticism alone. Okay,
then finally the Shockers. They were runners-up in the championship last season. How do you think they're going to finish this season?
I don't think they'll go as deep. They're still good, obviously, but I don't like them. I don't like the makeup that much. To me, Zhao is an off guard, and so if you play against a team that forces him to bring the ball up, I think you kind of minimize his effectiveness. And they don't really have another point guard. Blair can do it, but he doesn't play very much. So with their main lineup, they have a few too many guys who maybe like to dribble and aren't as good against a pressure D. I think that'll cost them against a team like the Rebels, maybe even the Red Devils or a few teams like that. I mean, yes, they can get hot. They still got Jake, but Jake is your point guard. I don't know if you want that either. And that's what he seems to be doing tonight, is bringing the ball up, telling Zhao to run to the corner. So I like them. Whenever you got three guys who can score a ton, like Welter, Gabe, and Zhao can, you got a chance, because if one or two guys off, you still got another guy who can carry you. But I guess I don't like the mix for a Gold Cup. I just think there's going to be too many roadblocks.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on and sharing your thoughts. Good luck to your team next week, even though you won't be here. Where are you going again?
Atlanta. Sorry, Hotlanta. I got to get that down.
For a debut album?
Yeah, it's kind of like spoken word poetry with circus music in the background. So it'll be interesting.
Okay. Anywhere we'll be able to find that online?
Target stores, Coburn's, and I believe most CVS's. Walgreens doesn't want to carry it if CVS has it, so I'm kind of working out a distribution deal, but I'll keep you informed.
There we go. There it is, folks. Jason Briggs from the Blue Chips. Thanks for coming on, Jason.